Imagine this. Live on CNN, prime time, millions watching. Harvard's legal titan, Alan Dershowitz, 85 years old, author of over 1,000 articles, defender of presidents and O.J. Simpson, leans into the mic with that signature smirk. He's about to dismantle a rising star. "Congresswoman," he says, dripping with condescension, "after 50 years teaching constitutional law at Harvard, I know a thing or two about the Voting Rights Act. Your interpretation? It's amateur hour." The studio goes silent. The host shifts uncomfortably, and then Jasmine Crockett, Texas firebrand, civil rights lawyer turned congresswoman, doesn't flinch. She locks eyes, smiles like she's been waiting her whole life for this. "Professor," she fires back, 50 years at Harvard taught you theory. I spent mine in courtrooms fighting voter suppression for black folks in the South. So tell me, which version of the Constitution should America believe? The one you lecture about, or the one that actually protects democracy?" Boom. The chat explodes. Twitter, X, lights up with hashtag Crockett clapback trending worldwide. Dershowitz stammers. The audience gasps. And in 30 seconds flat, a debate becomes a defining moment in American history. If you've ever wondered how one woman's intellect and grit can humble an elite icon, stick around. Today, we're breaking it all down. The full confrontation, the legal fireworks, and why this clash on voting rights, equality, and accountability is reshaping Congress right now. Hit that like button if you're Team Crockett already, and subscribe for more breakdowns of the debates that matter. We're just getting started. But first, who are these two warriors? Coming up, the players from Ivy League to the front lines. Before we dive into the showdown, let's set the stage. Meet the gladiators. On one side, Alan Dershowitz, the man who turned law into spectacle. Born in 1938 in Brooklyn, he clawed his way to Harvard at 20. Youngest professor ever. He's argued before the Supreme Court, defended Mike Tyson, Jeffrey Epstein's plea deal, and yes, Donald Trump during his first impeachment. Dershowitz isn't just a lawyer, he's a brand. His book, The Case for Israel, sold millions. His Trump defenses kept him in the headlines. But critics, and there are many, call him a flip-flopper. Pro-Palestine in the 70s, uber-Zionist now, civil liberties hawk until it suits power. By 2025, at 87, he's emeritus but still a CNN staple, wielding his credentials like a scepter. Then there's Jasmine Crockett. At 44, she's the anti-Dershowitz. Raised in St. Louis by a single mom, first in her family to go to college. Rhodes Scholar vibes without the ivory tower. Law degree from University of Houston, then straight to the trenches, public defender, civil rights attorney, suing over gerrymandering in Texas. Elected to Congress in 2022, she's the queen of viral takedowns. Remember her bleach blonde, bad-built butch body line to Marjorie Taylor Greene? Crockett doesn't debate. She advocates. Her district? Dallas-Fort Worth, ground zero for voting rights battles post-Shelby County versus Holder. She's co-sponsor of the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, fighting to restore protections gutted in 2013. These two? Oil and water. Theory versus lived truth. Elite access versus grassroots fire. And on October 10th, 2025, CNN's The Situation Room pitted them against each other over the reauthorization of the Voting Rights Protection Act, a bill Crockett's pushing to counter state-level suppression laws exploding since 2020. Here's your mid-hook alert. What happens when Crockett calls out Dershowitz's Epstein ties mid-debate? You won't believe his response. Stay tuned. We're replaying it unfiltered in just a minute. All right, let's rewind to that electric Thursday night. Wolf Blitzer kicks off. With midterms looming and 15 states passing new voter ID laws, is the Voting Rights Act obsolete or under attack? Dershowitz jumps in first, classic style, measured, professorial, but laced with shade. Wolf, the act was revolutionary in 1965, but times change. Section 5's pre-clearance formula, Good reason in Shelby. These new laws aren't suppression, they're security. Fraud's real. Look at 2020 audits. He cites his latest op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, name drops Brandeis, and glances at Crockett like she's homework he graded an F on. Crockett? Cool as ice water. She nods, lets him finish, classy move, then unleashes, "Professor, I respect your tenure, but let's talk data, not anecdotes." Post-Shelby. Voter purges in Georgia spiked 300%. Texas? Closed 750 polling places in communities of color. That's not security, that's surgery on democracy's black heart. She drops stats from the Brennan Center. 2024 saw 1.2 million registrations challenged, 80% in minority districts. Boom. Audience murmurs approval. Dershowitz pivots, trying to patronize. Congresswoman, with all due respect, your prosecutorial experience is admirable, but constitutional interpretation requires precision. The 14th Amendment's equal protection, it protects against intent, not disparate impact. Your bill revives a dead formula. Here's where it heats up. Our first mid-hook payoff. Crockett leans forward. Precision? Like your precision defending Epstein's non-prosecution agreement? Or flip-flopping on Trump's immunity claims? Gasps off camera. Dershowitz reddens. Irrelevant ad hominem. Focus on the law. But Crockett's not done. No, Professor. It's relevant when your precision excuses accountability for the powerful, while my constituents wait hours to vote because of security laws that target them. Crockett seals it with moral clarity. The Constitution isn't a Harvard seminar, it's a promise to the marginalized. After 50 years lecturing, which version do we believe? The elite echo chamber or the one forged in blood at Selma? That line? It stops the room cold. Dershowitz mutters about emotional appeals, but it's over. Crockett didn't just win the exchange, she reframed the fight. Next mid-hook. How did this one clapback boost the voting rights bill? And what it means for 2026 elections, coming up, 12 to 20. Segment 3, Deep Dive Analysis, Preparation, Power, and Paradigm Shift. Now, let's dissect why this wasn't just TV drama. It was a masterclass in advocacy. First, Crockett's prep. Sources inside her office say she reviewed Dershowitz's entire Trump defense playbook, cross-referencing with his 1980s civil rights work. She knew his weak spots, Epstein, Israel inconsistencies, and weaponized them without pettiness. It's Sun Tzu, know your enemy. Intellectually, Crockett channels Thurgood Marshall. She cites Shelby versus Holder's dissent, Justice Ginsburg's emergency room patient metaphor, tying it to real-world carnage. Dershowitz stuck to originalism, but Crockett flipped it. Originalism for who? The framers owned people, Mick dropped too. Moral clarity sealed it. In a post-truth era where Dershowitz's defended autocrats, Crockett's lived experience argument resonated. She's not lecturing, she's testifying. Polls the next day? Gallup showed a 7-point swing toward VRA reauthorization among independents. Congressional momentum? Senate Democrats cited the clip in floor speeches. Even Manchin nodded approval. From Harvard to the Hill, this became a case study. Law schools are screening it now. Crockett versus credentials, how experience trumps elitism. It inspired millions. Black women lawyers DMing Crockett, "You spoke for us." Voter turnout simulations predict a 2% bump in 2026 for protected districts. Here's your mid-hook interlude. Ever wonder if Dershowitz prepped for this? Spoiler, he admitted post-debate he underestimated her. His exact words? We'll reveal in the exclusive outtake coming up. And don't go anywhere. Our viewer reactions segment will blow your mind. The internet didn't just watch, it amplified. Within hours, Crockett clapback hit 500,000 mentions. A black sorority TikTok remix, 10 million views. White suburban moms on Facebook. Finally, someone called out the hypocrisy. Even conservatives grudgingly respected it. She's got guts, one Fox pundit admitted. Broader ripples? This turbocharged the voting rights protection by 180 House Democrats. It mandates federal oversight for states with suppression histories. Crockett's debate pushed it out of committee. Now it's floor-bound. Experts like Carol Anderson at Emory say it could restore 1965 protections, preventing 5 million disenfranchised votes by 2028. Politically, it spotlights female leadership. Crockett joins AOC, Omar as unapologetic voices, proving diverse reps don't just show up, they shift power. For justice warriors, it's a reminder. Credentials bow to conviction. Quick viewer shout-out. At JusticeFan 2025 tweets, Crockett didn't humiliate, she educated. Subscribe for more. Thanks, fam. Your turn. Comment below. What's your favorite clapback line? Next up, why this matters for you, and a special call to action you can't miss. So, what's the takeaway from this Harvard Hill holy war? Simple. Democracy thrives on debate but wins on truth. Crockett didn't just stop Dershowitz cold. She reminded us that law isn't abstract, it's armor for the vulnerable. In 2025, with AI deepfakes threatening elections and 20 states eyeing more restrictions, her voice is a beacon. This moment? It's inspired a surge, 15% uptick in ACLU memberships post-debate. Law school apps from women of color spiked 12%. It's proof. Strong female leadership isn't a trend, it's the tide. If you care about justice, equality, a vote that counts, this is your rally cry. From that stunned silence on CNN to a nation awakened, that's the power of one brutal, brilliant clapback. If this fired you up, smash like, drop a comment. Team Crockett forever.